Now let's go to international affairs then, and Trump and Gaza, and is this a kleptocracy in action? It certainly begins to look that way. So Benjamin Netanyahu has been in the United States since yesterday, and he remains unarrested. So we can take note of that. Many people were dreading what was likely to be announced once he and Trump met, although that was what was announced in the press conference should have come to no surprise as anybody who was watching Vanessa Bailey's report from last Wednesday's programme. What was perhaps a surprise to some was the announcement that the United States would just steal the Gaza Strip. Let's listen to a few seconds of what he had to say.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
So he's very careful there not to say for the Palestinians, it's for the people of the area. The question is, what is he talking about? He's talking about ownership here. He's just announced perhaps the replacement of the United States Republic with a United States kleptocracy. So this is what he had to say. I also strongly believe that the Gaza Strip, and especially those who live there, and frankly, who's been, these are his words, who's been really very unlucky. It's been very unlucky. It's been an unlucky place for a long time. He said they're living under fallen concrete that's very dangerous, very precarious. They instead can occupy all of a beautiful area with homes and safety, and they can live out their lives in peace and harmony instead of having to go back to do it again. And I thought, Charles, that was a really spectacular comment, that they can live out their lives. I mean, what is he saying here?
Well, it sounded very final for the people involved in that sentence. That I must say was absolutely the piece that jumped out at me when I was listening to it. It sounds as though they are to be the last generation of Palestinian Gazans. I mean, it's extraordinary.
Yes, not Netanyahu, clearly very happy with all this. This is what he had to say. I mention again our three goals, and the third goal is to make sure that Gaza never poses a threat to Israel again. President Trump is taking it to a much higher level. So I suppose the question is, what's going to happen with Jordan and Egypt? Are they going to wear this? Is this action, in fact, completely destabilizing for the region? We'll be talking about much more about this in Extra, but Trump made it very clear that Jordan, at least, has absolutely no choice.
Egypt's president and the King of Jordan have both said that they won't take in displaced people from Gaza like you suggested. Is there anything you can do to make them do that? I mean, tariffs against those countries, for example?
They will do it. They will do it.
What makes you say that?
They're going to do it. Okay? We do a lot for them, and they're going to do it.
Now, as I say, we will be talking a bit more about this on Extra, but Vanessa, let me welcome you to the programme and get your thoughts on this. No surprise in one sense, but pretty shocking in another.
Well, not really, because, Trump was always expected to come in and, let's say, be the economic hitman. Biden was the bomber in the genocide there, and Trump is going to come in as the economic hitman. So we're heading towards Netanyahu's dystopian vision of Gaza being a free trade zone, Palestinians being in much smaller concentration camps as slave labor, and exploitation of Palestinian gas and reserves in the occupied territories and off the Gazan coast. And of course, the bully boy tactic towards Jordan and Egypt has been going on for many years. They've already been threatened with instability should they refuse to accept Palestinian refugees. There's talk now potentially of Syria making the Palestinians inside Syria Syrian nationals, which of course strips them of their Palestinian nationality and their right to return. So what we're seeing is all part of the plan to finally ethnically cleanse all of the Palestinian territories.
Absolutely. As I say, we'll be talking more about that in